What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Axia. I'm a filmmaker and cinematographer based in Los Angeles, California. And in today's video, we're gonna take a look at the LARK 150 from Hollyland, a wireless lavalier microphone system. Now, as you know in this channel, besides short films and breakdown and stuff like that, from time to time, I like to do product review like I did last month with the Red Komodo. So in this episode, we're taking a look at this wireless microphone system from Hollyland, which successfully entered the filmmaking market with their wireless video transmitters, which by the way, Hollyland, I'm very interested to try one of those. Send me one of those next. So Hollyland sent me this unit for free and I agreed to make a review on it. Keep in mind that we agreed that the review is gonna be absolutely unbiased, where I will give you my honest opinion about the product. And as you guys for sure already know, in this channel I do a lot of short films, and you know that anytime you do something narrative-based, audio is very important. So that's why I was actually excited to receive these microphones, because I'm always looking for some convenient ways to record audio for my interviews or for my short films or for anything related to my filmmaking. And later down the line in this review, for the sake of comparison, we're gonna take a look at the audio quality of the LARK 150, which I'm holding right here, compared to the lavalier microphones that I already own and operate for a few years, the Saramonic TX9 package. I actually think it's going to be a very interesting comparison, because the LARK 150, just like the Saramonic that I already own, they both can record two transmitters with one receiver. And also in terms of price point, these two items are very similar. The Hollyland LARK 150 costs about $300, $350, $330, and the same goes for the Saramonic that I already own. So they are very on par in terms of what they offer and in terms of pricing. So on point number one for this review, I want to talk about form factor for this microphone system, because I believe it's one of its strongest selling points. So the LARK 150 pretty much presents itself in this little box, which it's very small, and inside, once you open it, you can find the two transmitter and the one receiver. The very cool thing about this product is that it doesn't take external batteries. It has internal batteries that you recharge directly from this box, which works as a charging dock that you power through this USB-C cable in the back. So anytime you come home from a shoot, all you have to do is placing the items inside the box, plug it to the wall, and charge all the devices simultaneously. And you know, as a modern filmmaker, we all have a bazillion devices that works with batteries that we all have to remember to charge for the next shoot. And I really can appreciate how simple and sleek it is to, you know, really charge everything for this system. It all goes in one box, you plug it to the wall, and you don't have to think about it anymore. Another very cool aspect of this charging dock is that it does the pairing for you. The LARK 150 doesn't really allow you to browse for frequencies, but once you put all the devices in the relative slots, well then the box does the matching for you. So all the devices are paired with each other and you can start right away recording without going through frequencies and going crazy with that stuff. Besides just the charging dock with the two transmitter and the one receiver, the LARK 150 also comes with a pouch where inside you can find the charger for the charging dock, two lavalier mics to attach to the transmitter, a 3.5mm aux cable to connect from the receiver to the camera system, and two windshields to attach to the microphones in case you are recording in a very windy environment. So what I really love about this item is the fact that really you can fit this in every backpack and you can go to your shoot without carrying extra bags. With my other microphone system, the Saramonic, I used to carry the original box with it because inside there's so many little accessories and little things that I never really found another solution to transport the microphone system if not inside the box that came with it. And that meant that I had to carry an extra backpack just for the microphones. Another clear advantage of the system that charges the internal batteries of the components through the dock, it's the fact that you don't have to purchase external batteries. So over time, by using these lav mics, you're gonna save a lot of money that you would spend in batteries. Also, because you don't have to buy batteries, this is definitely a more eco-friendly solution, but it also comes with some downsides, and we're gonna talk about this later. Another amazing feature of this charging dock that I was just about to forget is that this charging dock also has a battery within itself, so that whenever you need to charge the two transmitter and the receiver, but you don't have access to the outlet, well, this thing, if it's fully charged, can recharge all the other devices 2.5 times. Another thing that I really like about this system, it could be a little bit controversial, but I actually still really like it, is the fact that the LARK 150 doesn't really have menu system. It's very basic, it's very straightforward. You control pretty much the whole system through the receiver that usually stays on top of the camera, which has two very simple dials on top where you can just adjust the volume of the two microphones that you're recording. So very easy. But by pressing the left knob, you can access the three different modality of recording that this system has to offer. By pushing the left knob on the receiver one time, you enter into the first modality, which is the mono mode, which allows you to record up to two microphones into a mono track. By holding the left knob on the receiver for the second time, you then enter into the safety track mode, which pretty much allows you to record up to two microphones into one track, but it also creates a secondary track which is being recorded 6 decibels below the main one. For someone like me, this mode is absolutely fantastic because so many times when I was on set recording either an interview or a short film, maybe the main talent starts to talk all of a sudden a lot louder, maybe they do a big laugh, a loud laugh, or maybe, you know, a scream, something like that, and I end up with my main audio track being clipped. Well, with the safety track mode, you know, I can always enable the 6 decibel below track to replace the clip parts, and I will be fine. By holding for the third time the left volume knob on the receiver, you then enter into the stereo mode. This is the modality that you want to use whenever you want to use the two microphones at the same time and you want to be able to, you know, have a separate track for each other. Pretty much the system gives you a stereo track where on the left side you got, for example, microphone 1, and on the right side of the stereo track you got microphone 2. So whenever you get into your editing software, by splitting that audio track, you then have two separate mono track for each microphone. I also love how well laid out everything is in the small LCD of the transmitter, where you can clearly understand the decibel levels of the two microphones and also the battery indicator for both the transmitters and the receiver. Another very cool feature that I don't see myself using a lot, but that the LARK 150 offers, is the fact that, you know, this is the transmitter and it has a microphone right on top of its body, which means that you don't necessarily need to connect a lavalier microphone to your transmitter. You can just use the transmitter as a microphone itself, just by clipping it somewhere in your shirt. The reason why I don't think I'm going to use this mode is because I like, whenever I record sound, to be as narrow as possible and close to my talent to avoid any sort of external noise that can interfere with my recording. But another reason why I don't see myself using it is because this box hanging out on people, I don't know if it's gonna look any good, you know. I think it can work in some cases, but generally if you're shooting an interview or you're shooting somebody, I don't think they wanna see this thing, you know, hanging by their neck. Although it's a very appreciated feature that, I mean, some of you might enjoy. Now it's time to put the LARK 150 to the test. I'm gonna read you something in Italian, which is my native language. Yes, I wanna make this review as awkward and bizarre as possible. And I'm gonna do it first with the Saramonic microphone that I'm using right now. And then I'm gonna switch to the LARK 150 so that we can get an idea how the two microphones compare next to each other. For this test, I'm actually gonna switch from my A7 III to my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera because I really like the preamps on that camera a little bit better. It's not as noisy as the Sony A7 III, so little camera change, and then we're coming right back to discuss the results.
La luna, alta sui palmizi, proiettava lunghe ombre nere. Il mare era come uno specchio d'argento, si udiva in distanza il ronzio dei veicoli che transitavano sulla passeggiata e la risacca. La luna, alta sui palmizi, proiettava lunghe ombre nere. Il mare era come uno specchio d'argento, si udiva in distanza il ronzio dei veicoli che transitavano sulla passeggiata e la risacca. Mentre me ne stavo in veranda a osservare le luci di San Rafael, provai un senso di completo isolamento e mi chiesi se non avrei fatto bene ad accettare l'invito di Apple. Mentre me ne stavo sulla veranda a osservare le luci di San Rafael, provai un senso di completo isolamento e mi chiesi se non avrei fatto bene ad accettare l'invito di Apple.
So what do you guys think of the audio quality of the LARK 150 after this very bizarre Italian audio test we just did? I'll tell you my opinion. I think the LARK 150 and my other microphone pretty much sounds very similar, and to me this is already a very good news because, you know, the LARK 150 is so much more portable to use, is so much more easy to use, that at this point I can confirm that I'm going to switch to the system forever. However, I gotta point out that the LARK 150 has a slightly better tone. Again, I'm a filmmaker, so I'm not a big audio guy, but on the other side, I think it also has a slightly bit more noise. To me, this is not a deal breaker at all, because anyway, for my interviews or short films, I always denoise a little bit, you know, these microphones, because they tend always to have a little bit of noise in the back no matter what. Now, on part number 4, I want to talk about who is this microphone for. I think this product is perfect for every filmmaker that is not an audio engineer and just wants some audio solution that just works, that doesn't put too many question marks in your head. You know, you just plug it in, you know, it self-pairs, you know, it charges very easily, it's easy to transport. So it's definitely a great prosumer solution. If I have to point out 2 negative sides of this product, I will only come up with 2 things. One is that the batteries are all integrated in all devices, right? And this is very convenient because you can charge them, you don't have to purchase new batteries. But also, whenever the batteries run out after 4.5 hours, well then, if you still need to shoot and you still need to record audio, you have to take a break to charge those existing batteries in the devices. And this can be a problem if you need to record somebody for a long period of time. The other possible issue that I can see with this system is that the LARK 150 auto selects the frequencies that all these microphones are going to be working at. So you really got to trust the system to pick the best frequency. And I can see how this can be eventually turned into a problem if you go into a place with a lot of interferences. You know, you really got to hope that the system does a good job. By wrapping up this review, I really want to say that the Hollyland LARK 150, in my opinion, is a very well put together product, and I can't wait to see what Hollyland is going to bring us in the next future. I think that's it for me for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.